Good evening, everyone. Can I welcome you all to this December meeting of Colne Town Council, both everyone here in person and all those watching online. We have apologies from Dorothy, Michael, Pat, Patricia, and Neil. Anyone else? No? I'm assuming Andy said he would be here after the meeting in Nelson.
It has finished.
Which is finished. A declaration of interest. Is there anyone that's got any declarations of interest for anything that's on the agenda today? No? Can we go on to the minutes of the last meeting? You've all got a copy. Are there any issues or questions? Yes, David.
One tiny little typo for you. Number 11. Update provided and documents presented were noted by members, not my members.
Oh, yeah.
You may own us all, but by members.
Yep. If not, can I, if those are corrected, can we have a proposer and seconder? Thank you, David. I would second all those in favour, please. Sure. Thank you very much. Item 5 is clerk update, and we hadn't had a written report previously, but I'll hand over to Gina for a verbal report.
Yeah, I did. I'm not sure if I sent it out by email or not, but you do have a copy of it in front of you. Basically, it's just to say that the bollards outside the town hall have now been completed. And I put a little picture on there just to show you. Also that the chairman of FES and myself actually met with 3 representatives of the Alkincoats Woodland Nature Reserve, who they have confirmed that they would be happy to lease the land if it was to be transferred to the town council in the future. But with regards to that as well, I've also been approached by the Gibb Hill Guardians, they're actually keen to do the same with the Gibb Hill, the Colne part of the Gibb Hill Nature Reserve. So I've actually sent an email to Pendle just to ask why that wasn't on the list and if it was just an oversight or if there was a reason why it was left off. So hopefully I'll receive a response about that. The coat of arms at the market hall has been placed in front today, actually, and there was also a picture that came with that. The plaque will be cleared during the work and will be prominently displayed on the corner of the raised planter close to the market cross. The frontage of the market hall is being paved with high quality natural stone flags as part of the project. So it's hoped it will be complete by the first part of the new year.
I went in and asked the, he's called Oliver, the man who's the top man doing it. And I said, could I go in and have a look at the crest? So he opened the gate thing, let me go in and have a look.
Also made it look very green.
Well, it is
photograph I saw.
It needs a lot of
needs a bit of love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Has anybody anything to ask Gina on that report? No? Can I go on to item 6 then, because it's quite a heavy agenda. We don't have anyone wants to speak for that, so we'll go on to item 7, which is again, we have no update from the LCC councillor, but we do have something from one of the other LCC councillors for Penn.
Yeah, so it's just to update us on a couple of issues. One of them being Faverdale. It says the latest on Faverdale is that the administration at LCC is delaying a decision on the future of the care home. The Cabinet is due to consider the outcome of the consultation on closing care homes and day centres at their meeting on the 5th of February 2026. So they have, there was included a letter that's been sent to residents and service users, which you do have a copy of in front of you. So basically, yeah, obviously any decisions have been delayed, which is obviously not ideal for those who were left in limbo at the moment. So the other update is on the bus station. Colne Bus Station is due to have work carried out on the 19th of January to the end of the month, with new stands and shelters being installed by the County Council. During this time, the lay-by in front of the police station will be used for temporary bus stops.
And that's from County Councillor Whip. We've all got the written one from the Borough Council that Sarah wrote. Any questions or anything that you want to highlight? Say anything about? Is there anything?
I have a tiny update that's positive about item 5, where I said that we haven't heard yet about when the consultations are on the Keighley Road, Carry Lane Conservation Area, and we have heard. So it's the 10th of January and the 14th of January, both at the library and at the cricket club. Do you want to say exactly when it is? Then people can know. So I think that's really positive. We've got the FAQs showing all the things that you can do in a conservation area, showing that house prices of properties in conservation areas increased by 9%. And really, all you're looking for is high quality development in the future. So I'm really hoping that you will support us at Colne Area with this and encourage people to vote yes. There'll also be an online consultation that's nearly ready to go, according to Neil Watson. Have you found it yet?
Just about.
Are people going to get a letter or something?
The people in the area are getting a letter, but I think as town councillors, you might be interested to go along to the consultation. Just put it in our diary. Okay.
Yeah, it's the 10th of January in the library and the 14th of January in the library and the cricket club.
Are these mornings, afternoons?
The 10th at the library is 11 AM till 2 PM. It's a Saturday.
Yeah.
On Wednesday the 14th at the library it's 10 till 1. And at the cricket club it's 5 till 8 PM.
Right. Okay.
I'd draw your attention to item 11, which is a new approach about enforced sales of houses and compulsory purchase of houses by Pendle Council, with enforced sales being the first step. And this came to ONS. It was very interesting looking at whether in arrears, because works have been done on these houses for £1,000 or more to Pendle Council, and a list will be submitted to the exec for the first time since I've been a councillor for some Colne houses. So I'm really hopeful that this will help particular hotspots where you've got little clusters of derelict houses in the town, and it has a sort of deadening effect around. You've got lovely houses in the street, but then just a few bad houses. So this new empty homes officer is working terribly hard, and although it's a slow process, I'm really, really positive that things are moving forward actually at that level of taking things forward, hoping to do sort of 60 a year or something. We worked out that it would take 50 years or something to do all the houses, but most of them are not long term. So that was just a silly piece of maths. This Thursday, of course, the local plan, the Pendle local plan, this is a very, very big deal for Colne, and it's a big deal for the borough. The Pendle local plan will be made, and there's no question about it that our representation helped us in Colne. It's very positive because, of course, the next plan will be whatever it is unitary, Burpendale unitary or East Lancashire unitary. So it's positive that we've got an up-to-date, compliant, recently inspected plan going into that unitary, because places like Burnley haven't. So I think it's really, really good news. And of course, in terms of local green spaces, the Lenches and the Upper Rough are in there as local green spaces, which means that although there'll be this enormous housing target in the future, it really truly will be, it's described as very exceptional circumstances. So they wouldn't be looking at those pieces of land first. It's very exceptional circumstances. It's actually better than Greenbelt because Greenbelt can be made into Greybelt. Yes.
Well, would that be, you know, when the Pendle plan will finish, there'll be like an interregnum where it'll be a free for all for everybody before the new plans get put in.
Well, a plan is made until a plan is superseded. So this plan, they want a new plan to be in place by the end of March 2031. Well, a lot can happen between now and 2031. So, I mean, new NPPF guidance came out today. Neil Watson was telling me before the last meeting. He has not looked at it yet, but it's 250 pages and a consultation. It's definitely a consultation that we, come on to that perhaps in the neighbourhood plan bit, we as the town council need to reply to this latest NPPF consultation. I've not seen it, Neil Watson's not seen it, it's that thick. But it's more changes. So it's trying to keep on top of all the changes. It's complicated, but we're ahead really. And you remember I talked and Dorothy asked me about it, about whether Andy knew about it, this little piece of land at Ruskin Avenue, Birtwistle Avenue. They say that they're going to plant trees and make it a wildflower meadow. I'm not against that. I just feel they should consult the residents as to what they want. I think that's really what they should do. And I wrote back saying so. We had really positive news about the problems in Foldsmill on Derby Street. And I think that's probably everything else is self-explanatory. Spoken to Gina about the to-do list at the bottom. With the bollards are done, and hopefully we hope to have a meeting with the Lancashire Archive in the new year.
Thank you. And did you have anything else to say about Pendle things?
I do apologise, Chair. Just there's not a lot I can add to Councillor Sarah's. I know we've got executive tomorrow and the full council on Thursday.
Item 8 is yes.
Sorry, could I just ask about item 11, the empty homes? Are they in the public domain? The list?
No.
No, and that was pretty succinct. Will they be? Or
well, presumably, if it starts to happen, I'm guessing they will be at that point. I'm envisaging they'll take them to the exec and put them in the purple papers section. So even tomorrow night, they won't be in the public domain.
No, thank you.
Item 8, exclusion of the public. We have got something to say later on, so I'll read this. To determine during which items, if any, the public are to be excluded from the meeting, such an exclusion would need to be on the grounds that in the view of the nature of the business to be transacted, if the public were present, there would be a disclosure to them of exempt information within the meaning of Schedule 12A to the Local Government Act. And we have such an item, which is item 21, which will be required to discussion in camera and decision in private. Thank you. Next item is finance. Any questions on this report? Yes.
Just a couple of quick ones. So on 9A, the schedule of payments, just a question about the payroll. You've got it dated the 14th of November. Do we do the payroll and the PAY and all that sort of thing on the same day? You sort of paid mid-month, is that how it works?
No, that will be for the event casual staff. It is in their contract that they get paid 2 weeks after the event. Well,
hang on, no, that's 31,000 in there.
The 31,000.
Yeah. staff salaries.
Right. No, that would have been because we get paid on the 25th, so that date is wrong.
Okay,
It's not me that actually puts this together, but yeah.
okay, that's fine.
But he may have just sort of lumped them all in with the pensions because
Yeah.
that comes out on a different day. You see,
Yeah,
we
that's the 20-something-ish of the month as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
isn't it? Right, okay. The only other one was there's a number of refunds we give for markets and people cancelling this and cancelling that.
Mhm.
They got good reasons, have they? We just give people money back left, right, and centre in the spaces.
No, we don't. We've got terms and conditions that state if they cancel within 8 weeks of the event, then tough, they don't get the money back.
Right.
So these were just 2 refunds. It was mistakes I'd made with booking too many stalls, or traders sneaking in that they're selling extra stuff that they shouldn't be selling. So it was more of a gesture of goodwill to
Okay.
get them back next year.
Okay, that's fine. Want me to do the budget one as well? I think here we're 70% of the way through the year. And I notice we've got a number of things obviously are seasonal. I always know this. But things like the very top one, the administration, we're at 60%. Council governance, we're at 52%. I'm just wondering if we're, heading towards being slightly under budget when it comes to the end.
It's hard to say. There are a number of quite large bills that are still to come in. One being the CCTV monitoring, which is around 36,000. So that's that.
Okay.
We've also got the town hall heating to pay for. So that's another thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm just thinking ahead to the budget bit.
Yeah.
You see, when we get to that.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
we will be under budget, but
Yeah. And on the income side, obviously we've done very well with the events.
Mhm.
We've got a good projected income there, actual income to date. And I'm hoping obviously we can generate some revenue at Primmett and at the town hall with the various events and weddings and parties and whatever. So yeah, no, that was all. Thank you. I'll move them both if you like.
Can I have a second? Oh, yes.
Borough of Pendle, NNDR.
business rates.
What's it? Oh, it's business rates.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, Andy.
Yes, I've just got a query on here.
Is it on
It's
9A?
main page of that one.
9A.
It's about the fourth one up. Lighting and illumination, repositioned 15 flags on Albert Road, Market Street at £510.
Yes.
Well, seeing as our glorious leaders at LCC said they are official and they can stay, surely they should be footing the bill for the repositioning due to health and safety and everything else.
Well, we were told that they wouldn't pay towards.
Well, they say we keep getting off them same councillors that they're authorised and they're here to stay, as one of our councillors like to say, who's not here. The fourth one up, lighting and illumination,
The flags.
repositioning flags on the lampposts, which has cost us £510.
They're not moving them, are they?
No.
Because they said they're here to stay, and this is from county,
Mhm.
then surely they should be footing the bill.
Well, we did try and they said no, but we can try
There's-
again, I
there's-
suppose.
3 more from just above the crown upwards, where the flags have wrapped themselves round some of the illuminations on the
It's not just that, Mr. Chair, as well, but there's at least 3 CCTV cameras where the flags are wrapping around the lenses. So we're paying for them to be monitored, and we're paying them to watch the back of a flag because of where they've been positioned. And if they're authorised by them,
The cameras that they're actually covering, they're more backup cameras. So the main view that Blackburn see are the ones from the white discs right at the top of the column. Those are just backup cameras for if they go down. So they're not watching back of the flag yet.
but they are still our cameras
Yeah.
that we're paid for that currently are being covered when it's windy and gets wrapped around. And I don't think it's fair that it's people of this town, through us, that if there's an incident and we need to see through the CCTV, can't be seen because somebody's decided to put a flag on a street light, and the county is saying that's fine. If it's fine, then county can pay for them to be moved.
David?
Yeah, can we just be quite clear with one thing, Chairman? LCC have not given permission for the flags to be up on the masts with the cameras on because they are not their masts to give permission on.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, if they're ours, can't we take them off? Take them. If you
Yeah,
don't-
I will move then that we remove the flags off any posts that belong to us. Because it can't be that if it was 510 quid for a few. But, I mean, this was the problem. When they were placed in on the various poles in August, at August Bank Holiday, it was a lovely sunny day. Since then, we've had rain, I'm going to say sleet, maybe we haven't.
No pestilence.
Well, no, but they now are a tatty mess. They're an absolute tatty mess. And they, well, I'm moving that we remove them from our.
Okay. As long as my staff don't get abused when doing so.
Well, if the staff get abused when they do so, we phone PC 49 and get them to come and do it, or we hire the man from Nelson that's very good at doing our security and send the bill to the county council, or send the bill to the well, we know the name of one of them, so we can find that out and send the bill to him.
Anybody second that? Alice and, well, 3 people, right? All those in favour? Thank you.
Yeah, and if they do abuse our staff taking them down, with it being on a camera, at least we'll have a
Yeah. Right, item 10.
Oh, sorry, do we have a
No.
seconder for the actual finances? Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
Ian. Yeah, thank you. Right, item 10 is budget. To consider the presented budget as recommended by the Finance, Employment and Services Committee. There we go. So we've also got a paper with it, which is presented with the reasons. So do you want to speak to this, David?
Not yet, Chairman. It depends what everyone else asks, what their comments are and what they want to say.
Right. Anybody want to make some comments on this? Thank you, David.
The first draft was 21%, and then we've gone to 14%. Yeah. So is FES happy with that, having gone through line by line, etc., etc.?
Let's be quite clear, David. The new figure you've got, which the lower one, which is quite a lot lower, is the absolute minimum we can go to without cutting something off in way of cutting a service. It's the absolute minimum we can go to.
Okay. Because obviously I see that things like the building next door, we've got the asset transfers to consider, etc. There's all those kind of things that we want to, which would be good to have, nice to have, etc. And maybe things that come about in the future. In terms of the detail, we've not got any projected growth in the precept in years 2 and 3. Do we want to start thinking about a sort of 3-year precept journey?
I mean, it may be that there's one-off costs in next year's that won't be repeated. Because I was surprised at that, because it's usually 2% more or
Yeah. So in terms of the year 2 and 3 precepts then? Is that just based on an estimate of the housing number and keeping a small increase, inflation
It's
increase, or is it
the
zero?
inflationary increases on most of the expenses.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what it would be that's not that's bringing that figure down. But all I can think of is like a
few one-offs.
yeah.
Come through again. I'm just thinking that obviously we are looking at things like asset transfers. We know we've got things we want to do in terms of buildings, the things we already own. We've obviously got the roof. I see that in year 3 as well. So we might want to start thinking about putting those numbers in and maybe rebuilding some reserves, perhaps. That might be a thing to consider when it comes to that. You know, if we've got a number for next year, we'll be selling to residents what the next years will hold and why. So, you know, there's some good stories there about what's going on and what's happening in the town, etc. Turning to the back page, the one with the big table in, like that horizontal table. Christmas lights jump.
Christmas light
Jump.
Christmas lights jump.
Jump.
33, 27, 35, and then 51.
I'm trying to think. We are currently on a contract, and there is a light replacement in year 3.
Right. Okay.
Which
So we're
could-
just expecting it to go up like some contracts have. Right.
Yes.
But other ones don't. Yeah. Okay. And the other one, of course, we've debated in the past really is about the Blues event, and obviously we're happy that the future's looking good for that. The Blues Society's engaged. We did once set a cap of sort of 60,000 as our overall contribution. So I noticed we're a little bit wider on that now.
Yeah, the main reason for that is the reintroduction of the Muni as a main stage.
Okay.
Obviously, bigger bands. On that stage, you couldn't just have a duo or
Yes.
you need a band or whatever. So that's more money on that bill.
Okay.
Obviously, we are expecting, hopefully, that we will get a few more ticket sales because of that. But
Yeah.
it may also mean that we need additional security and things like that.
Yeah.
So it does come with its own costs.
And it's
Yeah.
gone up, hasn't it? With the higher of the Muni as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, the higher as well.
9,500, I think.
Okay. I mean, if the Blue Society is doing its thing in January as well, so that'll generate a bit more interest, and people will think, well, if this is the interim version, let's see the real thing at the end of August. So you know, it's all working together in a good way.
Yeah.
The only other question I've got, I noticed on the events, which I know we'll come to later, but the events we've cut the council Halloween event. But obviously, I think the bid were thinking of what they could do, and I think the point I made when we last debated it was let's offer the town council to promote it, but not do anything, so that it's not invisible. Because the council's website and social media goes to people, whereas the bids one goes to businesses. So
Yeah.
it's just good to support any initiative
It's
and
not
have
strictly
that working
true
together.
because
It's not a whole
the
bid,
bid
but
has come to Combe, which is for people.
it's true. But yeah,
Mm.
so I mean, I'm happy to support that when it comes to the events program and that. But yeah, let's make sure we work together and get the best out of it for all the people spending money in the whole town.
So what's the? We don't have to vote on that, do we, to accept it now? Yes. No.
I think
Just
it's noted at this stage, and it
Yeah.
goes back to FES for.
Well, I think
Two.
obviously David suggested that we put some of the future year's costs in if we're looking at obviously transfer of services and assets to try and obviously estimate some costs
Yeah.
for that and
Right.
put them in.
I think
And-
the
and
problem
rebuild
that's going to be there is we there's a big black question mark from 27 onwards that,
Yeah.
that we don't know what we're going to be dealing with.
Yeah, it is difficult, but obviously, I mean, we will ask for figures, but whether we
Yeah, but
whether we
you
get
know,
anything is
Yeah.
another thing. But
I would hazard a guess that when soundings start coming out of whatever the beast is that is about to be released upon us, we may not fly into a panic, but we may have to suddenly do things that we didn't think we were going to have to, and there's nothing we can do to forewarn, foresee what is going to happen. I think we always would promote the bid, and as Sarah just said, I mean, I'm sure it was only today or yesterday that Come to Cone had a whole, I can't remember what was on them now, but there was a whole theory.
Nighttime economy video.
Like,
Nighttime.
oh no,
economy.
that wasn't the one I saw. It was perhaps it was on Instagram, but there was a few. Sorry, Mike. There were a few. You know, this is going on in Cone. Sort of thing. And there may have been a couple of days old, but they appear quite regularly. I think they maybe miss a trick on some Facebook things, but you know, Come to Cone or now whatever it's called, Cone Talk or whatever. They maybe been banned like most people.
Yeah, Cone Bid doesn't get to go on Cone Talk. That's when I left Cone Talk. Truth be told, I thought it was the meanest thing because it's not promoting one business, it's promoting the whole town. And if Cone Talk won't promote the whole town, it's a pretty poor do. So, yeah. But I have to say, since I left Cone Talk, I've just felt so much happier.
Yeah.
One suggestion then for FES to consider then, you talk about the uncertainties of asset transfers and all that kind of thing. Obviously in para 14, we note there's a contingency in this year. So why not have, as part of it, it's almost like a building up an earmark reserve to say, let's have an asset transfer reserve. Because that's the sort of thing which will lead to resources of extra lensman activities, maybe some tools, whatever. We know there's lots of grass, etc., to deal with potentially. So those sorts of things, you could start to build up that as a contingency. And if you don't need it, if whatever unitary comes about in the future says no or whatever, if we don't get it over across the line before then you know we've got something we don't need in years 2 and 3. So I think,
but then it'll just go to fortify your reserves for future.
Yes, which we know have depleted a bit. Yeah.
But as long as we're happy with sort of the main decisions that, I mean, obviously there's one that's leaving Halloween out of the event schedule. The other one is that we go for a smaller loan and actually just do the work on number 2 Albert Road, just to get it rentable. Obviously, we did receive 2 quotes. One didn't include the upstairs, but one did. And FES, we were looking at obviously refurbing the upstairs windows as well as the main front, just so that it looks obviously better than it does.
But don't we have an income if we have a little flat? Isn't that part of the thing to help make us resilient? Because it makes us some money in the years to come.
It was, but I think we're going to need that office space
Oh, really?
now. Yes, if we're taking on new services, we will need that office space.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to tie our hands at this point.
No,
I suppose we could
this is-
revisit it though, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
it can be reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, we
Future.
want to rent the bottom, you know, shop being
Okay.
in there, you know.
So
rent
with
that.
regard to Halloween, I won't tell you too much about it, even if you talk to me, but there's a new bid director who's this sort of axes to ashes bloke. And he is a director of the Combe Bid. And he's come up with this idea for Halloween that's so out there. It's something that we've never ever done before. It's whole town involvement. It's really weird and exciting. So I think if we're able to pull that off for the bid, and sort of cross promote and do sort of events cross promoting each other, because it's all to boost the town anyway, that would be really positive. So that's a saving that can be made in the budget because the bid can pick that up.
Right, thank you. Shall we move on to the event schedule, item 11? We've got it here. That's the proposal so far. Yes, that's what I understand. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, are we all right? Can I have a proposer and seconder that these will be the dates? Yes.
Yeah, somebody's brought it up to my attention prior, asking that we do a Colne Gala, but we also do a fun day. And it was asked, why don't we have a one day rather than over the two? It was just something that was asked to me, and I said I would ask the question.
So the gala, whatever you want to call it, obviously that involves a parade, and it's more aimed at the older children with the stunt show and the bigger fairground rides, that sort of stuff. Whereas the family fun days, a smaller scale, and it's more aimed at the younger children with like your dog agility show and that sort of stuff. So you've got two slightly different audiences. That's why the events committee agreed when it was discussed about the gala to obviously take both, because they've got two different slightly audiences. If that
And
makes
are
sense.
you thinking of they could both be on the same day, combined?
That was what was put to me, because they were saying, because you've got the big event for the gala, but you've got Holt House has been utilised, but we're not utilising Alkincoats. And then a month later, we're utilising Alkincoats, where we could use.
It would be a lot harder to staff an event that's using the park and Holt House. We just don't have the staff to do that.
I say it was a question that
Yeah.
was raised to me.
Yeah.
If I don't
Well,
ask it, then
yeah.
it's not going to get brought up, and I'll just get asked the question again.
Chair, the Gala uses Holt House,
Yes. I
and
know that.
the fun day is the bottom end of Alkincoats Park. So they're quite a distance apart.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, I think it's as you say, it's the manpower that we couldn't do them both. Yeah.
May I ask whether you're prepared to sort of work with Scott Smith, bid manager, to create like a joint thing that you can promote for Colne, a joint all the
We can
event?
certainly help promote.
But I think if we were to present, these are the events that are going on in Colne, all of yours and theirs, it would be great. And you could, one calendar and cross promote each other.
Can I suggest that initial that it comes to talking?
Well, I think he is doing, isn't he? Is he? Don't know.
We've only actually spoke once, and it was about litter picking.
Okay. But it would be great. Perhaps, first thing in the new year, I think that would just be super to do that.
Yeah, so we're going to try and see what comes out of that conversation. Yeah. Right. So can I have a proposer and a seconder? Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I think what's been brought up is actually important, because in the past, there's been probably a few complaints that you've had Colne bid doing their thing, and they seem to have always operated in total isolation to Colne Town Council. And I've always felt that wrong, because at the end of the day, we're not doing this in competition with each other. We're doing this for the people of Colne. And hopefully with this new person, if we can work together, because obviously we've only got a limited budget, they can work together, we can put on a lot more for Colne. It's going to be quite cheap, and hopefully it will happen.
Well, I think that's for at the moment, we're just saying that we'll start conversations. So can I have a proposer and seconder to accept this list? Okay, thank you. All those in favour, please show. Thank you. Item 12 is local government reorganisation. It's just the summary of the different councils who have decided what they want, what they'd like. A wish list, basically. Has anybody? Yeah. Yes. The next one is Lancashire County Council budget consultation.
Again, that was just
That's to
for your information. Yeah.
note that. Item 9.
Well.
Don't know.
Andy.
Yes, Andy.
Yeah, we've all had a vested interest in the latest survey which they've been doing, which has come to a bit of a head at the moment, which was to do with the care homes. But the new survey they've put on, it's quite an interesting read when they're asking, the first section is all about the adults' care and how they're looking at saving money, which when you read it, it says, have you already made your mind up before you've even gone to the executive? But they are some very leading questions in there, but I think it's definitely worth reading if not surrendering it.
Right, thank you. We'll read it with delight. Item 14, Colne Junior Council. To receive an update on the proceedings of the last Junior Council meeting. You've got the paper. It's for information only. Does anyone have anything to say? No? Right, now item 15. A Great British Rhythm and Blues Festival. Again, it's just the tickets and how we're getting on for information only. Is there anybody anything to say about those? No? Right, item 16, Colne Neighbourhood Plan. To receive an update from the chairman of the Neighbourhood Plan Advisory Committee.
Well, first of all, I'd really like to very sincerely thank the FES committee for supporting in difficult budgetary times. All I can say is that the neighbourhood plan's always been free, cheap, and now that's stopped. But obviously, what we've shown is what it does to protect Colne. It's actually like a force field over Colne. And in these uncertain times, with local government reorganisation, with new NPPF guidance consultation coming out today, we're on shifting sand. So the fact that we've got a made plan, we've got a way forward to make our plan better and improve it, it's a massive deal. And I was feeling in despair. I don't know whether I was in despair. I didn't come to the last meeting, so it was the month before I was in despair. I'd written to all of the people that I could possibly think of and received a lot of no's. Gina's copied in. No. Received all these no's. And I don't know, Jesus found us, I think, a dream team, because we've got people. It's a bit like sort of on Dragon's Den, whereby you've got a person that's really good at one thing, policy planning, and a person that's really good at another thing, design codes. And then they both put in for the neighbourhood plan. And I rang them up and said, would they be prepared to work together? It's like having two dragons in Dragon's Den. And they said that they would work together. So they're very different competencies. And I think that we literally have the best people in the country for each of those. Gina and I had a kick-off meeting this week and just talking about the timescales and how it would work, the priorities. And the chap from Liverpool, who is the policy guy, is coming for his second visit to Colne, because he came just before our last plan was made. We're picking him up from Preston at 8 AM on the 7th. Picking Gina up, and we're driving round looking at certain areas, especially where it affects the change of policy. So the idea is at that point, he will then go away, assess our policies against the current, and it's just shifted again, NPPF, or it is shifting. And Neil Watson warned me in the last meeting that this is going to continue happening. And I think he was sort of saying, you know, like, what's the point in tidying my bedroom? A teenager might say, because there'll just be more mess. You actually you've got to keep
Yeah.
going. There's no point saying, oh, there's constant change, so we'll just give in. It's important that we have a really up-to-date plan, and it's important that our plan has all that latest guidance so that the things we need to protect can be protected, and the things that we want to rejuvenate and grow and improve can happen because we've got a genuine plan. So it is important that we do this, and I'm not put off. Because ultimately, when we come to the new authority, we'll be sitting there with a local authority that has an up-to-date local plan, and we will have an up-to-date, very up-to-date neighbourhood plan. And I think that's just so important. We have the potential for more development sites, but we don't necessarily now have a target put on us. But I think that we do have to have more development sites. I think that's very, very important. So hopefully after the January the 7th drive around meeting, we'll then be able to put something in the diary for a proper sit down meeting when this information can be brought. The design guy will be online. In fact, I think the other chap will be online. And Gina has said that she took notes from our meeting the other day, just giving out the timelines and some of the facts, and she will share that with the whole advisory committee. They're not minutes as such, it's sort of notes of where we're going from here. It wasn't a formal meeting, it was a kick-off. So hopefully you'll be able to do that before Christmas. I don't know. It would be good if you could do it before the 7th.
Yes.
Of January,
Yeah,
so that everybody's got this and knows what's happening. I don't know. Has anybody got any other questions?
Have anybody got any other questions, Sarah?
No, I think it's not a waiting time. That's the wrong the wrong expression. But the report or their outline, their bid or whatever it was that came to FES was impressive, and I've forgotten how much it was, but I think it'll be money well spent.
I think we've proved from the last time. I know it was free. But it's like one of those things where you can have this on trial and then you have to pay later. It has been really worth our while. We've been able to turn down things we want to turn down at Cone Area that we'd have to say yes to if we were sitting as Nelson councillors, and that's because we're able to protect Cone and keep the best bits of Cone. That's the point of it, really.
It's like if you sign up now, you can have 3 months free, but then they forget to tell you that it clunks in at £100 a month or something.
Well, that's it. So we've had 6 years free, or whatever it is, 7 years free, and we really have. They've spent money on us. Nowhere else in Pendle has got a design code, so they've spent money on us. And one of the things, actually, the policy guy is going to bring the design code and embed it into policy to make it easier to determine and make it easier for planning officers, because these planning officers will be sitting in Blackburn. So in the future or wherever, they'll be sitting somewhere else. They won't know. Well, they won't know Derby Street, will they? They'll just be looking on a map. So it's really more important. It's important to make it easier for people, and that's what we're doing with this next phase.
Thank you. Item 17, planning. Got quite a few this month. So the first one's 25.0717/FUL. It's Unit 6, Spring Gardens Mill, Business Park, Spring Gardens Road. Direction of 3 exhaust flumes and 2 air vents associated with the spray boom extraction system and waste wood burn. Any comments?
Yeah, Chair, the information on the planning portal or whatever it's the planning portal, not the bit where you put the plans in. On the face of it, it sounds a couple of chimneys and what have you sounds fine, but they were supposed to put up a chimney with, I forgot the proper name of it, but one that stopped smoke and fumes coming out. And that's the one on the left there. You can see it's got a little sort of cap on it. The one they've put on is not, and it's belching all sorts of stuff out because some adjacent. I don't know where the resident was from, but it's obviously somewhere like Daisy Street or Atkinson Street, because that's where this is nearest. There's also a big mistake because it says Combe Town Council's made a reply to the consultation, and you open it up and it's something from Readley asking, I think, the chair of the Readley and Western Parish, or whatever it's called, to grant permission for them. So I think there are questions to be asked about it, because there's apparently, well, there are apparently noise problems that residents are saying, and smoke or fume problems. The environmental health expressed their doubts about it because they're already involved with nuisance legislation. So I would at this stage say it needs a lot more information.
Andy, did you put
And
your
we're
hand
not in
up?
Readley.
Yes, Chair. I think we need to send this back to planning, because on the portal I'm getting, like you just mentioned there, comments from Combe Town Council on the 24th of November. And it's come from
Readley.
Dear Councillor Ahmed, full alterations to rear ground levels, creation of terrace garden. So that's gone from Nelson and Bradfield and Readley Area Committee, and it's gone under as our comments. I'm just trying to see what else is on here that shouldn't be.
If you find the thing that says rebuttal of noise,
Smoke, air pollution.
Yep.
you will see that there is a big chimney, a bit like Puffin Billy. You told me about it. There are enough questions as to say that in its present form, it shouldn't be approved, I don't think.
Well, looking at that, what you said about the rebuttal, the requirement entailed assessing the warehouse's indoor and outdoor activity to ensure adjacent residential properties were not adversely affected. It's been redacted. This would then satisfy the planning requirement and allow the condition to be discharged. In order to come to this conclusion, the report takes no sound readings on the property, instead creating these readings with an unfounded modelling assumptions based on readings taken 90 metres away by a local playground.
Which is miles away. Well, it's not.
Well, 90 metres away, and when it's making assumptions rather than actual readings.
Yeah. The playground they refer to, if Nathan can just shuffle that sideways a bit. I think it showed that. No, it didn't. But it's quite a distance away. It must be.
There definitely will be a few questions I think that need to be raised.
Yeah.
Okay. Raise concerns.
Yeah.
250773 stroke LBC. That's it. Bartholomew School, Exchange Street Code. Listed building consent, demolition and rebuild of a boundary wall. Have you anybody any comments or concerns about this? Ian?
Thank you, Chair. I'm very concerned with this one. There's been a long history with this wall going back over 20 years. Originally, when it was bought originally, a group, I can't remember the name of the people, they wanted to put it into supported accommodation for people with learning disabilities, which the council at that time was brilliant. But as part of that, they wanted to use the playground as a car park, which meant putting a gate in the wall. We point out that it would never happen. So they withdrew the planning application. I believe they've also asked the same here, and they were told no. I'm concerned that if they demolish and rebuild the wall, they may just coincidentally move the gateway further down and make it into a wider gateway, which just conveniently may just take a car go through it. So I'm very concerned with this. I think if it is going to be demolished and rebuilt, it must be exactly as it is with the original materials. Yeah, nothing to be altered.
Anybody else?
Chair, which is what it says in the reports and everything, that at the back of it, or the heritage statement, I forget what it's called. It's the only part of moving it is that top left hand drawing there. The original front archway is moved about a foot one way, so that it actually lines up. And what happened 5 years ago, did this, did that, is absolutely not relevant to this at all. And well, there is nothing wrong with it, and provided they do what they say, it's fine. And I'm sure, because it's a listed building, that the building control people and planners will watch it carefully to make sure that what is done is what is shown on the plans, and not a car park or playground or any other thing. I can see no reason to object to it, provided it is done as it says it's going to be done.
Yes, Chair. Now, looking through it, I've seen the Victorian Society have put an objection in. Historic England haven't. Now, I do understand where Councillor Ian was saying that, you know, it could be wide enough to open the door and put a car in there, but looking at their plans as they are doing, that's what we have to look at. I have no objections, because it has been raised before now that part of the wall is looking unstable and unsafe. In fact, I believe Councillor Ian actually pointed that out to me at some point. At least this way, the wall, if it is being brought down and rebuilt, it's going to be built to a safe standard. Now, looking at the plans, what they are looking at doing is, what's been mentioned is to align the entryway for pedestrian in line with the building to where the spire is, rather than as it is now, it's about 2 foot to the left. So when you look for the gate now, you're not looking directly at the building, it's just to centralise it. But what I would put into there, if I would accept it, would be that, one, that they're not going to be using it for any other purposes, and they're not going to be delaying that when they bring it down, that they then sit on it for 3 years and then put another planning application in, that it is down and up within a reasonable time frame.
I do have concerns. You can't, of course, speculate about these people. You can't speculate. You don't know. It's like when people say, but they could have a planning application that would lead to a housing estate over there. Well, we're not allowed to do that. However, these are the people that did lift all the York stone out of the playground. And although some of it's been put back, it's not been put back in the same way. It doesn't look like a paved schoolyard like it did. That attention to detail with regard to listed buildings is very important. I don't understand why you have to move the gate so that it aligns with the gable Perhaps if you were designing it today, you would do that. You know, I had a conversation, you know, we're doing the farmhouse next to our house, and the builder said to me, "You surely don't want to see the nails in the floorboards. There's a way that we can hide them." And I said, "But the farmhouse always had nails in the floorboards. There were nails in my house." You know, to what extent do you sanitize the past? And what do you lose if you do that? And it's hard to say, isn't it? It's hard to say. But that gate might always have been at an angle. And that's part of the charm. We've got a bedroom at home that makes us feel slightly drunk when we walk across it. Some people might say, wouldn't it be better if it was flat? I don't know. It's part of the charm. So this wall, I'm not so sure how happy I would have been. The design and access statement says to build this anyway, to do this development, it was always going to have to be knocked down. That wasn't stated in the last planning application. I am concerned about it. Obviously, we're going to have a report from Growth Lancashire. The Victorian Society has objected. I know that Save Britain's Heritage has spoken to the planning manager because they told me. Historic England do that as a standard letter. They've just put their standard letter. It's not a grade 1 listed building. They're not that interested. It's an important building for Cone. I do think that we should care about it. I wonder whether, if it's down for approval, whether David, as the chairman of Cone Area, should be calling it into committee so that it gets that level of scrutiny. You know, with the planning manager to discuss it. I think it's a thing that we really need to think about.
I was debating whether to speak or not. I'm with Sarah on this one. I am slightly concerned. With the new development, the new gates, would you get a car through? No, I can't quite see.
It's exactly the same.
It's exactly the same.
It's just moving slightly more.
Mhm. Oh, that's better.
That's better.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Right, I can see now what they're planning to do. Yeah, it's a difficult one because to me that looks fine, but it's not historical.
Ian?
Okay, the reason why it is where it is, and this is important, it's reflection of the past, is that there's two gates. Why? Why is it there as it is? People say it's simple. There was two playgrounds. The bottom playground, the top playground. There's two entrances. The boys went in, I think, the left, the girls on the right. And they had to go into two separate playgrounds, into two separate entrances. That's why it was put like that, the segregation of boys and girls. And I think if we start altering we just forget that how far we've progressed. We no longer segregate boys and girls. It's easy to forget the past. And the problem with forgetting the past, in the future, you could end up making the same mistakes. But I think they should be left exactly as it is, because it's listed. It's historical. It's like saying, oh, well, let's move this monument 10 foot to one side because we don't like the look of it. It's there for a reason.
It has to be on planning.
But it is a listed, you know, it's demolishing and rebuilding when it says, yes. But to start moving things, to alter its appearance, that's a slightly different kettle of fish, isn't it? Yeah, you're not demolishing, rebuilding, you're altering. And I object to that strongly.
Andy?
Thank you, Chair. I'm just going to read off the supporting letter that they put in with the town planners. From previous consents, listed building consent was granted in 2024 for the extension to the school, internal alterations and part demolition of the boundary wall. This application seeks consent for the demolition and rebuild of all the boundary wall. The development approved under applications allowed approximately 50% of the boundary wall to be rebuilt to facilitate the construction of a single-storey extensions, and it goes on to the design, which is to ensure visual continuity. Rebuilding of the remainder of the boundary wall is appropriate given that the existing wall requires extensive repair. It is also proposed to rebuild and resite the original double pedestrian access doorway on Exchange Street. This will be rebuilt as existing and move slightly north so as to align with the centre of the eastern transept gable. So they are saying that there is major faults with this existing wall. If we turn around and say, no, you can't do anything with it, if it collapses and somebody gets injured, killed or whatever, would that mean that we would be liable because we're the ones that say no? But we have to have a duty of care that says, as long as you rebuild it within a timely manner to what it looked like existing.
Right. So can
Picking up on a couple of points, it's a shame people didn't show this much concern for the building 30, 40 years ago when it was in a terrible state. It was used by scouts and goodness knows what 40 odd years ago, and as a polling station. I think we just, well, I'll leave it there. I won't say what I was going to.
yes.
I just feel that we need to get, I never take the applicant's statement, you know, whether it's EG garages, whether it's the applicants for the Upper Rough who say that it's half a mile to the railway station. They write these things in the reports. There's no comeback. It could be true. Of course it could be true. But I'd like to see what Growth Lancashire have to say about the stability of this wall, the structural integrity. We need to have an independent person giving their view rather than just this is what the applicant says. Let's wait till we get, well, if it comes to Cone Area, we'll have all those reports in front of us and then we'll be able to make a good decision, I hope. I think several of us have concerns. That's not to say it's an objection, it's a concern.
What do you want me to, what do you want us to do then? Right. Those who are quite happy with as it is now, and they would want to put, you know, have no concerns.
We've been consulted for our comments on it. My comment would be that I would support it.
Right.
I'm happy to move that.
Right. Have you got a seconder for that? Anne, all those in favour? What are you? Well, again, let's see who's 1, 2, 4, 5. Yeah.
I would like it noted that even though we accept it, that obviously with the further investigation work, and that it is, you know, put back to as it is basically, rather than any new design.
Yeah. Well, one point from a Cone Area and a planning officer's report, of course, is you can give more than one view. You know, you could say some councillors this and some councillors that. You know, and therefore you're giving the fact that it's not a firm decision or firm support or objection.
Okay.
Just gives added evidence and added things to think about.
We'll do your meeting.
I think you just then show, and some of us are concerned.
Yeah.
Right, so we don't want to vote. No, right. So we'll put we've got that.
Chairman, just for the Gown Council has split views on the
Yeah. Right. The next one is 25/0774 It's Falcon Coastal Farm, Red Lane, Colne. Erection of a rear orange rear dormer extension, carport shelter to main entrance with 3 foot rear window and double doors and a Juliet balcony. Yes.
So this is like some kind of architectural bingo of all the things that you've got to have today. You've got the bifold doors, tick. You've got the Juliet balcony, tick. You've got one of those eave things that's all glazed, that's sort of semi-ecclesiastical, tick. Obviously, this isn't in a conservation area, and it's a shame, really, because it's sort of part of the buildings of the Alkin Coast estate. It's not a non-designated heritage asset. It's not a listed building. And as a result, the SPD on conversions of agricultural buildings for Pendle doesn't come into play, which is that it should always be read as an agricultural building. It should look like an agricultural building, whereas this looks like an Australian, American villa. I don't know. The bottom facade does. But so therefore, although I don't think it's an appropriate development for an agricultural building, from a planning perspective, in this location, with this designation, I don't think there's anything you can say about this architectural bingo.
Yes.
Chair, if I don't know whether Nathan downloaded it, but if this is the one, if the one I'm thinking of, I think some of these alterations are to adapt it for a wheelchair. I may have it wrong, and that may be another one.
But actually, that's not a thing it has to be a finely balanced judgment.
It doesn't look like an agricultural building now. That's the thing. But
Are we saying anything?
I think it's fine.
The next one is 25.0790. It's a tree there. TWR. It's
Just
very stable.
yeah, it's got a lovely plan with it. Yeah, it's a piece of
They're
paper.
not chopping any down.
No, they just pollard in and stop it hitting the stage. Yeah. Just if anybody gets a chance, just look at the plan. It's wonderful.
Number 25.0792 stroke FUL. It doesn't say the applicant. It doesn't say it's putting a plan.
It's
Unit 6.
it's nuisance.
Well, I'm just going to say that it's nuisance.
Or Ridius, as some of us used to know it as.
Stark.
Demolition and quite a lot of stuff we can move there. Is there any issue with this? Yes.
Have you got your microphone on?
I haven't. Oh, sorry. I do apologise.
Telling us off.
Will you accept my apology?
No.
I'll just not look at that side at all. Right. So yeah. So is there anything to say about this?
Chairman, it's an industrial estate, is it?
It's an industrial building, and
Right,
there's a lovely
okay.
planet there, which is a bit like
Right.
cowboys and Indians with lots of arrows around it and cars moving in.
Right. Leave it then.
No
Leave it
comment.
then. No comment. The next one is 25/0807 HHO. It's 4 Old Brickworks Drive, Colne. It's erection of a first floor extension over an existing garage. Any?
No, that's the front. Haven't got the.
No, that's with the garage. That's with the garage.
No. There's another one with windows in the garages.
Oh, sorry.
Do we have any comments or concerns? No comment. Next one is 25/068683. It's 6 Richmond Court, Colne. Change of use from an existing funeral home to a residential care home for up to 2 children.
Well, yeah, but you can't.
I don't
Yes, Andrew.
particularly think it's a suitable place for children's home usage. So I'd be having reservations about that.
Yes, Sarah.
I sort of agree because it's weird, but whenever these things come up and there's an objection, they always talk about the staff visiting. Where will the staff park? Where will the staff come? Where will the staff go? That's what they always say. So obviously here, they'll just park in the red line car park, job done. They're not bothering anyone.
There's parking further down as well.
Yeah, so
where they used to park.
So the usual objections that you have to these kinds of developments, you don't have in this location. I think what we all feel, I think what you feel, what we all feel is what an odd place to live, which is something else. I don't think that's a planning reason. It's just like it's like living in a water tower or a windmill or just an odd place to live.
There's nowhere to play, is there, really?
The thing is, apart from the new flats which are sealed off, all the buildings around there on the ground floor are all businesses, and you're changing it to residential, where it really, to me, would be better off as not residential, but as a business use.
I mean, we can say that, of course, we can say that, but I don't think it's a planning reason, really.
No, it's a strange one.
Yeah. Does people want to say that?
I'm trying to remember what it was before they became the funeral home.
It was a doctor's surgery. It was Doctor the Cone surgery. Yeah.
Doctors to funerals.
Doctors to funerals.
Yeah, well,
It's the cycle of life.
perhaps they had an arrangement.
Are we saying no comment? Or are we saying
Whenever you've only got to read the what is it, Lancs Live and the Lancashire Telegraph, and it's people object to children's home, and it's one or two, maximum of 2 children. I think really, it's
yeah.
I think we could say something if we think in this town centre location there would be a better use. I think that's a way to potentially say something rather than say about the children's home.
Yeah. I think we all think that really, that it should be better. Yes, Ian.
Thank you, Chair. The one question nobody's asked: 2 children. Well, from experience, children can vary in size and age. Is this for, say, 2 3-year-olds, or is it for 2 10-year-olds? There's a big difference because where it's situated, where they're going to play. Are they going to be kept in the house 24/7, taken out somewhere to play? Where can the place in if you want a retail area, high traffic? Yeah, it doesn't seem suitable. It's okay for dead people because they're not going to object, possibly.
Well, we're just going to say it's. We just think it's more suitable as a
business,
retail.
rather who stayed as a business use rather than as a residential.
Next one is 25/0/071/FUL. It's Borough Avenue Post Office. It's erection of a single-storey front and side extension.
The risk of one of getting shot at.
No, I can't. Where it is, it's 5.
Say is that it's important to keep the hedge on the boundary there to shield, because that's that white blob at the bottom of the picture is where it's going. So
we're actually looking at building.
Yeah. Can we say we want to keep the hedge, the perimeter hedge? I think that's important. The next one is 25/0287 It's at the Market Hall. Change of use, ground floor from commercial and event space with a drinking establishment and the first floor from residential apartments to office and studio space, including alterations to the external appearance.
I think it should be no comment.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I just feel that we should support it. I feel we should support it because we want to try to help get this over the line.
I think as long as it's I think planning would have been gone through anyway. So I don't think anybody really got to contest it.
No, but we can support it. We all want it to,
Absolutely, go for
to
it.
get, you know, we all. Right. The next one is 25/0816/FUL. It's 30 Burley Road, Colne, starting of an in-post parcel locker, which I think it's the
it's
same
already there.
place. Yeah, it's already there.
Object. Stern objection, the county object as well to it.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you think about it, if you're coming out of to the roundabout on Burnley Road, that's blocking your view.
It
And I
looks
think it's
awful.
actually there.
Oh, it is. It's in place already. Yes,
Andy? Andy?
yes. Highways have put an ejection in because you got the T schools, and I've witnessed myself already where you've got the delivery van where he parks on the footpath here, which is right on the junction, which is blocking any road users, but it's putting pedestrians at risk as well.
Potential accident.
You don't have any.
Yes, Alice?
Yes, these seem to be popping up a lot and
Yeah.
without planning permission. I think there's one pretty similar to this one outside the one stop. And brilliant, because you cannot really use a motorized mobility scooter and get round it and up the slope to the I think it's the chiropodist. So I think we need to stamp on these.
Right, okay.
So what reasons are we giving? Just that it's too near the highway?
Too near the highway.
Highway, dangerous, can't see, blocks, your sight to traffic.
Just a bit of background information. It is permitted development. So the
Oh.
government is rolling out rules.
Yeah, they
saying
want-
this is
yeah.
how we will shop in the future.
Yeah.
So therefore, they're encouraging this in the right places,
In the right-
not on roundabouts, not in conservation areas, but there's guidance which Neil Watson shared with us, which says about how, well, what floor area they can take up, what height they can be, and they really can be quite gigantic.
And can
in
they
the
do
right
it without
Yes.
without permission,
Yeah,
like the masts?
Claiming in this.
yeah.
But that one can be stopped on highways, though.
That
Yeah.
can be stopped for danger, and the Albert Road one on
Yeah.
conservation area.
The next one is 25/0795/HHO, 41 South Valley Drive, Colne. Part conversion of integral garage to create a habitable room with storage. Concerns, issues? No? The next two. Right, okay.
Is that a
Where are we?
no comment?
No comment. We're getting there. 25/0822/FUL. It's Woodlane, Barrowford Road. Erection of one detached dwelling, including fencing and associated landscaping works. Did this come to Colne area? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If I can put it in.
So what's our view on that?
Well, they've apparently asked the contact. Get my teeth working. They've apparently asked the town council what they should put there according to their introduction and approach.
Oh,
If I may.
yes.
So we've got now a pitched porch, which I think does look better. We've got the aspect ratios of the ground floor windows changed. If you remember, they were different before. Now they're sort of more fitting in with the Edwardian house. I'm going to say something that I think would surprise a load of people. I think it would look even better if it had dormers, because then it would look like a little sort of pavilion bungalow, which you did get in Edwardian times. If it had a row of 3 little pitch dormers, I think it would look really sweet.
Matching the door.
I think it would look really sweet with dormers. And perhaps we could just put that, because the developer might like that idea, because it would make the first floor more usable.
Stand up with it for a start.
Yeah. I just think it would look really sweet with 3 little dormers. I think it would look lovely.
I think with the 3 skylights, it looks silly.
Sorry.
Are we all happy with that? Yeah, put it up,
Just-
yeah.
The next door wants to make sure that the fence is kept. If you don't know who next door
That
is,
will be Frank Bellstrom. Oh. Said that. Right, the next one is 25/824/FUL. 60 to 62 Market Street, Cone, erection of a park replacement shop front to north elevation. Yeah. What is it now? Is it still going to be the same? Yeah. Right. Okay.
Chair, I think what I've looking through what I've looked on it, it looks like it's a change of the tiles on the front and the side. So they're taking the
Yeah, they
existing
take-
ones
yeah.
off and replacing
Oh, right,
with
right.
other new tiles.
Okay.
Personally, I'd say happy days, go for it.
and they're taking on the front of it is a sort of advertising hoarding that they're taking off and putting a new pretend shop front on.
Oh, right. Oh,
There,
Very
it
good.
says there. Satin anodine. Oh, yeah, but anyway.
I think it's same colour as existing, it's just different material.
I mean, I'd object anyway, because I think there's too many. I'm a sort of anti-gambling person. So, but
Blue.
blue probably. Can't remember. If Nathan, if you scroll up and down a bit, you
25
probably find where it might tell you there. Look, where it says egg.
No, that's another one. Sorry.
Existing. There you go. Existing ceramic tiles to be replaced with matte porcelain tiles. Welford Azul, so it's a blue something, isn't it?
It's 25/0824.
M.144.
Because those tiles would make it off.
Oh, yeah.
We're waiting for the colour.
Welford Azul what?
144. M144.
Ooh. Oh, it doesn't look.
Well, that's about average.
Right.
What Azul? Oh, might be different sizes. Or I just.
Green, blue, grey.
Oh, right. Well, we don't
I'd
know.
have thought Azul was the.
Azul is a blue, isn't it, usually?
Azul, oh, it's Cambridge blue.
Oh, light blue. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's quite a lot of time. And Cambridge blue.
No. 144.
144.
Very, no. What size?
It's probably their corporate colour.
Yeah, it's probably there. Yeah.
Admiral.
It's a sort of dark blue colour.
Oh, it's dark.
Dark
Dark
blue.
blue.
dark.
Yeah.
Like navy
It's
blue.
probably that one that's there.
Oh, well. Mm.
I'm guessing it's going to match the top.
Shall we move on?
The colours that are
I
on
think
there.
it's same colour as what's already there.
All right.
Yeah, looking at.
Right.
I'm gonna say no
Only
comment.
two more. The next one is 25/0832. It's a variation. Land to the west of Garfield, Keithley Road, Cole, which is just across from the
Well, no, I
Arkley Homes, just a bit further on the other
think the
side.
condition is to plan something and they want to change it to plan this.
Mm.
Oh, it keeps changing. From what I remember, it says change plan something to something on A to something on B. So I'm assuming it's a whole new different building. Also, the plot there now sort of stops halfway down with the red line and the other's the blue line. So it's the one between the two that are being built now.
Yeah. It's where Jim Belbin used to live, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's next door.
She lived at Garfield, isn't she? Yeah. So we don't really know, do we?
Well, no, it looks very strange.
But we'll wait for Cone area to
No comment.
no comment. Right. The next one's 25/0672 FUL. It's Christ Church Primary School, erection of a single-storey extension to existing modular building.
That plan, Nathan's the wrong. That's what's there now. The actual extension, because this had me foxed earlier today. The actual extension bit's a little square bit on the back for a quiet room or a isolation. I forget what they call it.
Prison.
Well, yeah.
Is it going to go over the tops of?
Yeah.
Is it going to block out the garden of?
No, that's it there. That purple bit.
The purple bit.
Is it? Which is.
301 Keithley Road, though.
That's the one with the.
It's the back. Yeah.
No.
Is it not?
No, because that's at the front.
All right. Well, that's all right then.
25 square meters.
So a conservation area, that's not concerned.
No, it's
So could we see a facade?
elevation. That's what you want. I'm guessing it's the bit with the pointy. That bit.
Yes,
Which just. It says it matches the. I think the wood is slightly different. I'm guessing because they can't get what's on the original. I think it says it's cedar as I can't remember. But cedar rings. Cedar's either on the original or on that. But it's the damage was done when it was put there.
There were lots of concerns about it.
Yeah.
It went through quite a few iterations.
My friend moved house.
So we're just saying no comment for that.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's planning done. Item 18, correspondence received. We've got one piece of correspondence, a briefing note, UK Town of Culture 2028 competition.
Miss Colleen.
We want to discuss that, or yes, Sarah?
I'm really excited about this. I think we should be all over this. And again, with the Combe bid, I've written to Gina, I've written to Scott Smith. I think that we've got so much to talk about in culture. We've got the 3 theatres, we've got the blues, we've got the Light Festival, we've got Stevenard, we've
Voice Heartland.
Nur and Spell. We've got it all going on for a little town. We've got so much culture to share. I think we should be entering this to the best of our ability and winning.
Oh, 3.5. Oh, we get 3.5 million quid.
And if you're shortlisted, you get 36,000.
Oh, let's win-win. Who's going? Somebody will have to take it on though, won't they? And well, not do it all, but you know, do a
Gina's laughing.
crying. I think they're not laughing. Right. Well, we want to do that, don't we? Are we all in favour? Yeah. There we go. And we can work out the way we do it out of this meeting. Items.
Gina might not want me, but I have written on my little side note there. I'm happy to help.
Okay. No, I will be taking you off on that. We did also get an update from Alice for Colin Bloom.
We did.
As well, you do have
Yeah.
that in the additional. Yeah. Has anyone got any questions?
I do. So now the bollards are looking so great all around the town. And this always happens, doesn't it? Whenever you do something in your house, you then look at something else and you think, oh, that looks worse now. So I've noticed that your planters, not your planters, they're looking a bit sad. Some of them. I don't know whether, because they're plastic, whether they could take paint.
No, they won't take paint.
Oh.
We will be scrubbing them.
Okay, because they look a bit sort of faded. You
No,
know,
they will not.
even the gold bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They will get sorted in the downtime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the things that I have noticed though that does look a little bit tatty are the barrier basket.
Yes. By the job centre.
Yeah. Metalwork. The
Right.
actual metalwork that the barrier baskets go on to, they are corroded, and so that could do with looking at.
So is that LCC? You're talking about the actual railings?
No, not the railings. The troughs.
Yes.
They get connected to the railings, and it's those fittings that are looking quite sad.
Okay.
So that's something
Just need
to
a
do.
quote for that.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Marsden to give us some money to redo the planters outside the Marsden. You might have seen that they're black, and we usually paint those, but to be fair, I think they need replacing. So there's various little things to do. Stickers on some of the troughs. Don't say what they should say. Yeah. So there are bits and bobs that we do know that needs to be done. Yeah.
Thank you, Alice, for that.
Can I be cheeky? Just on what you were saying about some of this metalwork. If it's small metalwork, have we maybe spoke to Nelson Corn College because they have the engineering, so they could do probably a project maybe to help.
Yeah, that would be brilliant if you've got
Right.
contact.
Nobody who to speak to at the moment.
Yeah. So
Well, I think it's an idea.
it's
we could
a
approach
brilliant
them,
idea. Yeah.
With Colin Bloom, that if they could assist with the metalwork that's required.
Okay then. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Items for a future month's agenda. Has anybody got any ideas on things they want to put on the agenda? No?
For the next one, Chairman, as little as possible because we've got the budget to finalise.
Item 20 is date and time of next regular meeting. That's Tuesday the 20th. I would enact on myself here. Oh no, there. Right, can we turn it off because we've got the private item now? Please, thank you. Nick?
The appropriate. Suspend